Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and back to the Fairy Boutique card collection. So this is going to be a series of 4 videos showing you different ways of using the Fairy Boutique 12 by 12 papers using the journal cards as our inspiration. Now all your G45 collections nowadays come with these journal cards pages. So I'm showing you the bases. You can then use whichever collection you want and use whatever embellishments you want. So the first one is the swivel card, which I've already shown you. If you haven't seen this one, make sure you click on my channel name and go to where the videos are and you'll find this one. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'll just put links in the description below as well to help you. So we're going to move on to number 2 and we're going to use this landscape one this time. Again, using a 6x4 journal card, and it's going to go like this, and it's called the double Z fold. It's one I've done before, but this is a new size, making sure we can use our journal cards this time. So you can see just some pieces of the patterned paper, a 6x4 journal card, and an ephemera piece. But I could go and add fussy cutting elements. I've got more ephemera pieces if I wanted to. Decoupage more things up, got florals if I wanted to add it above. But as I said, I'm showing you the bare bones in these videos for you then to go away and embellish as you want. So there we go. Let's get going and make our double Z fold. So welcome to the second card from this collection, and this time from the Make-A-Wish paper. We're going to use this landscape journal card from here. So again, it's a 6x4 card. And we're going to use our vanilla cardstock again. I've got 2 sheets ready for this. And we're going to make this time a double Z fold. So to start off with, again, they're going to be 5x7 cards. So I'm going to cut with a short edge on top at 5 inches. By 11.5. And then the second piece, I'm going to be cutting at 4.25 by 10.75. And here we go. So now we're going to get our scoreboard. I'm going to do a little bit of scoring. Nothing too tricky today at all. In fact, it's the same on both. We're going to score with the long edge, the 11.5 in our scoreboard at 2.25 and 4.5. Then with the other one, I'm also going to do 2.25 and 4.5. But with this one, I'm going to turn it around. So a Z fold card is exactly what it says. It goes like a Z. So this middle one, I'm going to fold towards the center. Just use my burnishing tool. And I'm going to fold it back. And with this one, I'm going to fold this one back. And then the one behind and bring it forward. Because what's going to happen is they're going to lie on top of each other. So you've got one Z that way and one Z that way. And because this length and this length is the same, that's how this card will end up working nicely. So we're just going to burnish it a bit flatter. And as we did with the swivel, we're going to use some tea tree ink to add a bit of interest. And go all the way around and along those score lines as well. as well. There's one. And we're going to do it for this top one as well, so make sure it's the right way. Yes, this way. So all of these cards I'm making in this series are for our 6x4 journal cards. So any toppers you've got which are 6x4 from any of the collections will work for this. Just using this Fairy Boutique because it had a nice combination of portrait and landscape journal cards. There we go. Okay. So now we need to decide what paper we're going to use. Now this is quite a large image now, so we're not going to see much of our paper. So I'm thinking, have I got enough of my pattern? So that's not big enough. It might be big enough to go into there, yes. So let's have something green as well to match in. We've got the plain pattern solid, but from another project I've also got this one left over, so I could just use those two together rather than cut into another my 12 by 12s. Okay, so let's put all our pieces aside. Let's start with this one. So I'm going to turn it sideways in. Our card blank is 5 inches tall, so I'm going to go back 1/4 inch to 4 3/4. Now, I'm going to go for pattern continuation, I think. So that means I'm going to do my 2-inch strips first. So I need a 2-inch and a 2-inch. So they're going to go on this part. And you can see how, I'll go around, the pattern continues across. And this one now, 7 inches, so I'm going to go back to 6 3/4. And it's all going to flow across. So let's ink that up. Here's the first one. So if you haven't tried inking your papers before, give it a go. It will add a whole different dimension to your project. So it takes it from being quite stark to quite sort of a blended look, and more vintage as well if you're using the brown. Well, let's do this one while I'm here as well. It also gets rid of that white edge as well. Okay, so now we can start sticking together our base one, our base card. So I'm just placing it central inside each of those panels. So whatever you're covering, just take the height and width and take 1/4 inch off. That's my rule of thumb. And the large piece. So that's our base page. And then with our topper piece, we've got our 2 flaps off to the left here. Make sure your flaps off to the right and going backwards this time. We're going to stick down our journal card. And we're just going to cover these 2 pieces with this paper here. So my card is 4 1/4 tall, so I'm going to cut this at 4, and again 2 inches and 2 inches. So I cut it at 4 and now at half. There we go. So these 2 now are going to go here. just glue them on. I think having the patterns and solids and a couple of sheets of each in our collection now is just brilliant, especially for card makers, well, album makers too, because they can use them for photo mats. But just having these plain ones just gives us so much options for matting and layering. Okay, so now just some tape onto the back of the flap, the right hand one. And what I'm going to do is put some tape just back from that first score line and on the edge of this one. So when we come to stick it down, I'll have that edge adhered, but it'll also be adhered as close there without gluing it shut. So I'm going to close it now. Take off this tape. You could use glue. Fold them back together. Fold both cards together, and I'm going to now just line it in the middle. There we go. It's now stuck on the right hand side. So this glue or tape there and there will close it. So I've got glue here now and here. And we've got our card base made and decorated. So that is the bare minimum. And it's up to you now. You can embellish, you can add your ephemera pieces, your rub-ons, some fussy cutting. Just start sticking things on as much as you want. That's quite nice, just a sprinkle of love in the middle. Could just do that. And I could put some 3D tape, but for today I'm just going to glue it flat. And as I said, you can add embellishments which go off the edge of this topper piece, but just make sure that you don't go beyond your card base, top, bottom, left, right. As long as it's within the outer, you can stick it wherever you want. So nice, again, simple card. So we've made two, you can see they're both 5x7, so they're going to fit into our 5x7 envelopes. We have two versions already made. So I'm going to put these away. I'm going to grab that topper sheet and we're going to go for a third.